Welcome to Influential Entrepreneurs, bringing you interviews with elite business leaders and experts, sharing tips and strategies for elevating your business to the next level. Here's your host, Mike Saunders.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Influential Entrepreneurs. This is Mike Saunders, the Authority Positioning Coach. Today we have back with us Ken Abel, who's with Trailstone Insurance Group, and we're going to be talking about the core values of working with the company. Ken, welcome back to the program.
Thanks, Mike.
Hey, so I'm excited to talk with you because I always love when you talk about core values because that means you actually have them.
Right.
And then you actually recognize them.
Thing. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. So give us a little bit of background on when you are working with Trailstone. At what point did you guys clarify and polish up core values? And let's kind of dive into that.
Sure. I mean, our core values have always been the same. We haven't changed them once since the company's inception.
Wow.
And because they're so strong. So our first most important core value is to treat others the way you want to be treated. It's just a spin on the golden rule, right?
Yeah.
But it means doing the right thing for all of our clients, for our coworkers, for our insurance partners that we work with. It's doing the right thing every time, no matter what. So we're not your typical insurance agency that is just trying to make a quick buck. We are here to help you out. We're here to help each other out and the insurance partners every step of the way.
So here's a quick question. So I know there's more than one core value, but I want to pause right there just because this question popped in my mind. Can you think of a time that you, like for instance, it sounds great to say treat everyone the way you would want to be treated. Is there a time when you guys as a company put that core value into action and it was hard to do? Meaning, that kind of hurts because, this is going to cost us money, or this is going to cost us a client, or this is going to be hard for us to fulfill, but we must do this because it's part of our core value.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's not, it's an everyday occurrence here.
Nice.
It's doing the right thing every time. So we'll help someone out. We try to find them some savings on their insurance. Most importantly, we're trying to find the right coverages.
Yes.
They come back and say, Ken, I'm sorry, you're $1,000 more than I'm currently paying. I can't switch to you. Taking that no or not taking that no for an answer is treating them the way you want to be treated. So we reach out to them and say, hey, send me your current policy, your deck pages. Let me take a quick look and let me do an in-depth analysis. Make sure we're truly doing an apples to apples comparison. And let's say we did that comparison and the client is right that they truly do have great coverages comparable to what we offer them. And it's a better rate. Then we tell them, you are best to where you stay. I can't recommend you coming on board with us. And that's okay. But we would like to try to save you some money next year. And then we move on to the next client, right?
Yes.
But that's treating them with respect and the way we want to be treated. And in doing so, people just appreciate that. And they go out of their way to send referrals to you, even though they're not even your client. They'll send you referrals.
Oh, that's huge. And I'll bet you there's times that you've done that and people have come back in 2, 3, 4, 6, 9 months because it's like, thank you so much. Absolutely. Because, it's almost like I would love to hear like you guys have a bell in the office and every time that happens, ding, ding, we did, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just so huge because too many times you read in books or you hear about, we sat down and we created our mission and vision and this is what and then people come to the company. And it's like, well, that's not the way you guys operate. Well, here it is. And you guys have a core value and you're actually doing good. So what's next in the core values?
That leads right into our next core value is having the heart of a teacher. We educate our clients. So that same prospect says you're $1,000 more than what we're currently paying. So we take a look at their deck pages and we find out that they're comparing a 6-month policy to your 12-month policy. So in turn, we're actually saving them money, or they are missing this completely important coverage, like uninsured motorist coverages, because Geico took it off their policy to save them some money. So we point this out and we educate them, and then they're more well-informed and they come onto our side and we help them out. And it's just that.
When you hear about organizations and it's like, well, let's have these sales trainings and do role plays and overcome objections. And when someone says this, well, that can be helpful. But I tell you what you just described there, the heart of a teacher will be the overlay to solve all of the overcome objections that could ever come up, because you become argumentative when it's like, oh, well, yeah, but expensive. What do you mean expensive compared to what? And it's like, then it becomes this, well, I can speak louder than you and I can speak. And then it's like you shut down. But when it's like, well, let's take a look at that. Let me help you understand that, because, you mentioned that it's 6 months do you see here when you have that heart of a teacher, that approach, that being an educator, advocate, now it gives that person the opportunity and the out to come off of their perspective and come to your side of the equation without feeling like they lost.
Absolutely. Yep. It empowers them. It empowers the client to make that educated decision.
Yeah. That's huge. That's a huge part. You see the movies about, Always Be Closing and Glengarry Glen Ross and Wolf of Wall Street and, all those kind of classic ones. And it's like, it just feels icky. And so I don't want to go work for a company to be a sales pro and a shark and a wolf no, I just want to kind of be a human and help people. So heart of a teacher is a big, big aha. I love it.
Absolutely. Yep.
Excellent. So what's next in the core values?
So the next one is, we call it launch, fail, learn, fix. You've probably heard it many different ways from different authors and other speakers or whatnot, but that's what we call it. It's a similar philosophy to Amazon, where you launch a product and it fails horribly, but you learn from that failure instead of giving up, and then you fix it, make it better. And then eventually you have an amazing product. Like Amazon has like Alexas and Fire TVs. They were not successful right off the bat, but they persisted and pursued. That's our entire philosophy in everything we do. So we're a very technology focused agency. So somebody will have an idea and we will launch it, and then it will break. We will find flaws in it, but we'll fix it, make it better. And we learn from it and we grow. And then it's an implemented process in our system that every other agent follows. And it's the fastest way to grow. We've grown year after year. We've grown 60%, over 60% year after year on our premiums that we sell. No other agency grows that fast. And I attribute that to this process. Yeah. So, and it's never ending. We're always learning. There's always new technology. Technology is changing every day and it's faster and faster. So we are up and we're at the forefront of technology.
With that sequence, what you did not say was, hey, what we do is launch, fail, launch, fail, launch, fail, launch, succeed. And then, okay, there it is. It's launch, fail, learn, fix. And then we probably add another dash, succeed. And then guess what? Do an arrow right back to learn and succeed, learn and succeed. Because it's always, I've heard it taught by Tony Robbins before, CANI, CANI, constant and never ending improvement. Well, you can launch and you can fail and you can learn and then you can fix it and then you can succeed. But guess what? That level of success, whatever that level looks like for a company or your agency, there's always going to be an aspect there of going, okay, good. We went through that process and we're at the succeed level. But now it's been 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. We need to polish up and improve even from that. So we're going to not fail and launch again, but we're going to learn, succeed, learn. So it probably needs to go launch, fail, learn, fix, succeed, learn, succeed, learn, succeed. You know what I'm saying? But again, it gets back to the methodology and mindset of being that heart of a teacher and taking the process and not just going, oh, well, we tried that for 10 seconds and it didn't work. So let's move to the next thing to launch and see if that fails. Nope. Okay, fine. Well, then that's like the definition of insanity, So that's, I love that process. That's awesome.
Yep. So then our final philosophy, it's generosity, and it works in tandem with everything we do. We as a company, we truly do believe in a world of generosity and gratitude. So we start every team meeting with, what are you grateful for? Just to have that positive mentality in our agents. And then that permeates through to our clients. And as you can see, it circles back around to having that heart of a teacher, that golden rule, and then our process and when it comes to technology. So it all is a big circle, like you said.
Yeah. Well, that, and I think that when you can lay these things out and be able to display that it's not just, words on a piece of paper or on a framed plaque in the office, that they're actually being done. And when someone comes to a meeting going, oh, yeah, This is exactly what we do, because we started each meeting with this, and we talk about, hey, we're in this initiative where we failed, and let's learn from it and see how to fix it. You see it in action. I think that's huge. That's what makes working with Trailstone so much different than what probably other producers that you've brought on. Probably, maybe can you give an example of someone that's come on in the last few months and kind of exclaimed, you know what, you said you're different, but doggone if you're not different, that's different. That's awesome.
Yep. That's actually a lot of the agents that come on board with us. We tell them, go look at our Google reviews. They are undeniable proof that our clients love us and our process. And so our prospective agents will go check out the Google reviews. And that is hard evidence that what we do truly permeates down to our clients, and they love it. And so they come on board and give it a shot. And then sure enough, they see it from the agent side now, and they are getting Google reviews from their clients saying the same thing that they saw. And it makes them happy and excited to come to work. One guy said he gets up and is excited to go to work, even though he's going from his bed to his desk because he works from home. It's not very far, but he has never gotten up and been excited to work before in his life. He says he absolutely loves his job.
Well, the cool thing, two things, and we want to roll into remote. That's a massive benefit, but I want to pause on the Google reviews, because there's a lot of things, in marketing. There's like vanity metrics. Oh, well, we get this many visits to our website, or we have this many, or look at this thing that we photoshopped or whatever. You hear all the horror stories out there.
Look at how many awards we got.
You cannot game Google in the sense of Google reviews, because Google if you guys tried to just go in and log in and put all these reviews yourself, they're going to see them all coming from one IP address and go, deleted. So
absolutely,
the reviews, when you guys have over 1,000 reviews, man, I've seen
over 1,000 reviews with a 5-star rating.
I've seen people touting 300. Oh my word, like on a TV commercial, check out our reviews on Google. We were over 300, and you've got almost 4 times that. And not just reviews, 5-star reviews. So that is a 5-star confirmation. Rating.
That's important.
Yes.
4.9 is like the max that anybody can get, but we've gone above that.
Wow,
that's
amazing.
A perfect rating.
Yeah.
And what's even more special than just having that rating, right, is that not all of them, but most of our clients that leave reviews, they go out of their way to actually leave detailed feedback. For new clients that are thinking about joining.
Because do you realize, and I'm sure you do, but for people listening to this, you can actually go on your phone, go to a company, go to Google review and leave a 5-star, and that's it. Peace out. Yep. But when people leave, even more so, and I'm not on your Google page, so, someone can check this out later, but it's more than just, they're great, 5-star. Okay, cool. It's like sentence after raving review. So that does speak again volumes, because they took the time out of their day. And I work with clients that I propose that they need to get reviews. And, you say, oh yeah, we asked for reviews. People don't do it. I mean, you've got to ask and ask and ask in a new way and beg and plead. You can't incentivize, but you can ask several times. So for over 1,000 people to have actually taken time out of their day to gift and give you guys their feedback, that's generosity on their part.
Absolutely. And we value every single one. We comment back on every single one. Every agent comments back with a thank you, just gratitude having them as our client.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about remote.
Sure.
I think that becomes another huge, massive competitive advantage, because it just seems like, and I've worked with clients that take a militant approach to, you cannot have the flex work schedule, and about the most flexible you can have is come in at 7 a.m. so you can leave at 3 or whatever the case is. But no, you can't work from home, and no, we're not going to be fully remote. And COVID irked the daylights out of them when they actually had to. And now it's like, get back to the office, and you're going, all I'm doing is data entry, or all they're doing is whatever. They can do it from wherever. So I've seen that, when companies like whoever, the Yahoos of the world or the Twitters of the world, that have their entire staff remote, some of the feedback that comes back is they feel so trusted and valued that their company would allow them to work remotely. And then what happens is they discover that in reality, the production is actually the same, if not better, because, I need to take the kid to the soccer game this afternoon, but I'm going to work till 7 p.m. tonight. Mm-hmm. Well, you couldn't have done that punching the clock. So talk a little bit about you guys' approach to being remote and having that flex work schedule. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned COVID. That didn't even impact us as a company.
Yeah.
We've been remote by design since the beginning. So it didn't impact our business model at all. We've only ever grown agents and staff. So COVID comes around. We didn't have to lay anybody off. We didn't have any furloughs. We've only grown agents and staff from the beginning. So, people come on board with us and they've never done remote work before. So it's challenging. And I give them as much input and how to be successful at this as possible, because it's all self-accountability. You have to force yourself to get up and work in the morning. You don't have somebody, like you said, making you punch a clock, get in and out. So it's a double-edged sword working from home. That accountability is key, but that's what we look for in people when we bring them on. We want people that with that determination and that desire to succeed, that don't get up at 9 and start working at 10 and then leave at 3 o'clock because nobody's telling them they can't.
Yep.
We want someone that does get up at 7 and work and then takes their kid to school and is back in an hour. And then they have soccer in the afternoon. So they take another hour off, but then they throw in another hour in the afternoon. And having that flexibility, like you said, that's huge. That's life-changing, having that flexibility. And it doesn't have to be from home either. Like if you decided you wanted to have an office, or we have an office people can come into, it's fine. Either way is fine.
Yep.
You could work in a coffee shop. Cool
flexibility. Okay. But at the same time, you hear some people that will gripe about, I don't like being a work from home person because I enjoy interaction and support. And what about the home office, the corporate? So talk a little bit about when one of your producers and agents needs support, what does that look like?
Right. Absolutely. So again, we've been doing this a long time. So you're not just left to your own devices. You're at home and you don't have any community, no connection, no culture.
Yeah.
We have Zoom meetings or team meetings all the time where everybody has their camera on and we're having a good discussion on what to do when you have this type of claim situation, or somebody is struggling with some particular issue, and we'll all be there to help them out. So we have constant team meetings. They're all voluntary, but everybody always joins them because they're great learning sessions. So there's that. That's wonderful, right? But then we also have like team chats. If you view Microsoft Teams or Slack or something like that, ours is similar, where people can just ask questions. Every agent is here to help everybody else.
Yep.
Goes back to our core values, right? So we have different chat channels where a client or an agent can ask, just general insurance questions, carrier specific questions.
Yeah.
We are a very GIF happy agency. Lots of birthday gifts going out, lots of memes all the time. There's a channel just for fun.
Oh, awesome.
That's huge. Everybody loves that.
Yes. I mean, I think when you hear about, we're different because, and you hear core values and it's like, okay, that's cool. And we implement them. But then when you hear about some of these things, like, okay, you've got a whole communication engagement, internal intranet channel that just is for fun and recognize people and having birthdays and fun, funny things. Awesome. And then be, encouraging. And I love that how you said COVID didn't cause your flexibility of being remote. You were that from day one. And guess what? When people hear, the shutdown in COVID, take that and hit delete in your mind, because 10, 15, 20 years ago, there was one blip in our, world, and there was another blip, and there was another blip. And guess what? In 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, there's going to be some other blip that we deal with. So call it whatever you want. There's always going to be some need for being flexible. And when you guys are setting up your business with technology and being flexible and remote, come what may, you guys are going to be weathering that storm, and you've got these the core foundations together. So I just love what you guys are doing there. So if someone's listening to this going, hey, guess what, Ken, this sounds pretty cool. Maybe you could tell me a little bit more about coming to work for Trailstone. What's the best way they can reach out and connect with you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Just shoot me a quick email at ken@trailstoneinsurance.com, or you give me a call. Our phone number here is 303-792-2355. And my personal extension is 314.
Awesome.
Or you can, those are probably the best ways to get a hold of me.
Yeah. And I'll make sure to put the website link in the show notes and that the way people can check out. And then, of course, Google Trailstone Insurance Group and check out those reviews, because let's make sure that Ken is telling the truth, and you can read through some of those, all of that. But I think that just is such a wonderful, like the Google resume, as they say, check us out, give Ken a call. That sounds wonderful. Thanks so much for coming on, Ken. It was a wonderful time talking with you.
Yeah, it was great talking to you too, Mike. Thanks so much.
You've been listening to Influential Entrepreneurs with Mike Saunders. To learn more about the resources mentioned on today's show or listen to past episodes, visit www.influentialentrepreneursradio.com.